Did you hear that? Prince's estate underreported by $80 million. Wouldn't it be nice to have an estate where you could lose $80 million and not know where it is? I know Melanie Duquesnel probably won't be worried about that either when she sets up her estate plan. She's the president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau serving Eastern Michigan. Me neither, Melanie, me neither.
Yeah. Don't we wish we had a cool 80 million just sitting around?
Yep. Just to get lost in all the digits. Oh, wait a minute. Here's the 80 million I forgot I had.
I wish I was the queen. All I can say.
Well, there you are. You got it all going on. Well, to us, Melanie, you are the queen of the Better Business Bureau, and we depend on you. And, you know, I love my listeners because they are my family, but my family is doing something they should not be doing that it would never even occur to me should I find myself in the situation. But there are people doing things, I guess, to celebrate their good fortune in getting the COVID-19 vaccination. Why don't you take it from there?
I will. So on social media, people are very proud that they finally got their first set of vaccines. And so they're also posting a picture of themselves with their vaccination cards in their picture. Instead of, you know, like when you go and you vote, you can show the I voted sticker. Instead, they're showing all this information on this card to the general public, and that can put you at risk. I don't know. First of all, it's kind of like the pictures when people go to wildly exotic places. I hope I haven't done it. Maybe I have. I've been fortunate with my job to go to some pretty wild exotic places. But it almost can sound like bragging or showing off, frankly. I guess you can be proud of all this, but there are a lot of people who are fighting to get the shot and can't. So the idea of sharing a photo of your vaccination or your vaccination card on social media, well, it just wouldn't occur to me. But the reality is, apparently, it's really happening. You know, Melanie, social media and I don't necessarily get along. I have just read or heard that what's big right now on social media is people watching other people clean their homes. Have you heard that? I have not, and to be honest with you, I'm starting to think we're all losing our minds. Maybe we need to come out of our houses and go for a walk.
I think that's maybe a good idea. I mean, rushing to your social media so that you can watch other people clean their houses is just, I don't know. It just never would occur to me to being one of those activities I can't wait to get back to. But apparently that's one of the things.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example of why somebody would have done it. So a dear friend of mine is a flight attendant. And so she's on a plane all the time with people that she doesn't hang around with much. So when she posted hers, she was proud to say, hey, I'm protecting my passengers as well. So there is a bit of pride. It's not necessarily meant to be, look at me, I got it before you did. So there is some good behind it. But the difficulty is that by posting that, you're now showing them your date of birth, your address, your full name, not just your, street name, if you will. But you're giving away too much information that scammers can now capture that and go and create profiles for their good and not yours.
Man, oh man. It's like you have to be on guard all the time. This is not what the internet was meant to be or social media was meant to be. Man, oh man. All right, so what can you share safely? What else would you suggest to share safely on social media regarding all this?
You could create your own little frame for your picture, and instead of the card itself, say, I've gotten my COVID vaccine or something of that sort. Or they haven't come out with stickers yet, but I'm waiting for it. Or, like I said earlier, it's like the I voted sticker. I got my vaccine. You can talk about it. You can say where you got it. You can say why you got it. Because here's another thing. You mentioned it earlier. Some people are really scraping
every kind of situation to figure out how they get the vaccine. They're desperate. But we want to make sure that in that desperation, there's also some very clear thinking. So you check with your doctor, research what the county health department is doing, knowing what your region's rollout plan is. Those 3 steps can prevent you from also falling prey to a scam. Because I'll give you an example. There's a guy out in Washington State that was flying around the country and giving away, or actually administering, vaccines, COVID-19 vaccines, for $400 to $1,000 per shot.
Oh, boy.
He doesn't have the luxury of having the right vaccine. It was not a Pfizer or Moderna. It wasn't even the Johnson & Johnson one that is, supposedly not as effective as the other 2. So you can't, I know desperation, I know we all want to be safe, but you have to take your time and do it well.
And you also say, Melanie Duquesnel, Better Business Bureau, that we should review our security settings on all social media platforms?
That should be an actual regular occurrence. So if you do it on a monthly basis, that seems extreme. But at the end of the day, you may not have realized that you clicked and gone into a website that now is tracking you. You want to make sure that those up to date, you've gotten the latest version of your firewall protection every day, every month at minimum. Because again, innocently enough, you've gone to a website that's now tracking and has put a bot in your profile that is now tracking you in a way that you never ever thought.
Incredible. You are the queen of the BBB. Go back and look at your estate and find that missing $80 million.
I will do exactly that.
And happy Groundhog Day.
And when I find it, I'll share it.
Yeah,
okay.
Please. Well, that's very kind of you. Happy Groundhog Day, Melanie.
Happy Groundhog Day. Take care.
Melanie Duquesnel, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau, serving Eastern Michigan, here on the Paul W. Smith Show at WJR.